I'd like to make a comment on is Judy. Can we use this food at the food bank? The leftover food.
Oh yeah, we do that stuff all the time. So.
Take it. I don't need that extra brownie, as you can tell. My name is Wayne Dick. I got to tell you, I moved to Cornwall in 1971 with my family. I was actually an Air Force brat. We moved from Ottawa to Cornwall. And when my dad told me we're moving to Cornwall, where's that? What is Cornwall? I didn't have a clue. And people told me, well, it's not far from here. It's an industrial city. Again, I was an Air Force brat. What's an industrial city? I didn't have a clue. When I moved here, I kind of figured out by the aroma. Back then, there was a distinct aroma at Domtar, and it was from the mills at Domtar. And that's what it was. That's what the industrialized city was, I figured. Lots of these mills. I learned to appreciate that aroma. All my friends worked at these mills. The big one was Domtar. And it seemed to be everybody's goal in Cornwall was to work at Domtar. Great place to work. I mean, good pension, good money. You were there for life. There was generations worked at Domtar. I knew my best friends. Their goal was to get in Domtar. They were going to do it because their dad worked at Domtar. Everybody wanted to do it. There were other mills too, but Domtar was the big one. I got lucky one summer. I got in at Domtar. Started working there for a summer student. 1,800 employees at Domtar. This is how good Domtar was to work. At the end of the summer, you know what they did to all the students? They come up to all the students and said, do you want to stay or do you want to go back to school? Can you imagine that? We had that option. I had to stay for a year to make up money to go to university. I was given that option. I stayed for a year. I kind of regret going back to the university. I never graduated. I had to go back and earn some more money. I got back in at Domtar again 3 years later as a summer student. You know what happened at the end of the summer again? The same thing. They came up to me and said, do you want to stay here? Yeah. It's a great opportunity for me. This is Domtar. Yeah. You get to stay here. As I said, good money, good pension. All my friends were there. It was good life. Generations upon generations worked there. Well, bad times hurt. We shut down some of our plants. We stayed. I had seniority. I was lucky I stayed. Very end, we were down to, we used to be 6 paper machines. As I said, 1,800 employees. At the very end, we were down to 600 employees, 2 paper machines. You want to know something? We were making more paper with 2 paper machines and 600 employees. We did what they asked us to do. We did what the bosses asked us to do. Can you be more economical? We did everything they asked us to do. 3 years ago, they brought us all in a meeting a month before Christmas, told us they were shutting down. They had to. They couldn't make money. We were making money. They said they weren't. They had to shut us down. I wish there would have been a camera taking a picture of everybody as they left that meeting. We were devastated. We were in shock. I'm sure you could have made a great zombie movie. Everybody coming out of that thing like that. We were just in shock. I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. What am I going to do? I was worried about myself. I was also worried about Cornwall. I love Cornwall. I really, really do. I love this city. I said, what's going to happen to Cornwall? The only thing that's going to live in Cornwall is 20-year-olds and 70-year-olds. I was really worried about that. I went through all the unemployment stuff. Applied for unemployment, didn't get it. I did all the learn how to write a resume, learn how to write a cover letter, learn how to go for an interview, how to network. I did all that stuff. I actually got a really, really good job working in Cornwall. I did not want to leave Cornwall. I was offered jobs out of Cornwall. I did not want to leave Cornwall. Number one, at the time, my parents were still living here and they were sick. Number two, I loved Cornwall. I got a job in Cornwall working for a construction company, and things were going good again for me. Things were going good for the construction company. Now, you think that would mean great stuff for the economy. A construction company, we're building things. Unfortunately, half of our work was going into plants, shutting down machines, packing them up, and sending them to other countries. That was half of the work we did. We took out the paper machines to Domtar. I was involved in it. I'll tell you, I went away for a week, I come back, the place I worked, there was nothing there, it was razed to the ground. Again, I'm going through the shock again. This can't be happening. Things got worse for my construction company in January. I got laid off. I'm going through the same thing. Learn how to write a resume, learn how to write a cover letter, blah, blah, blah. I am getting unemployment finally. But the one thing I've realized, we don't have to stand for this. Don't sit on our butt, sitting at home watching TV and say, isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? The executive is walking away with a $5 billion handshake and they're putting 20,000 people out of work. We don't have to put up with that. Get involved. Talk to the politicians, talk to the journalists, tell them this isn't right. We deserve a quality of life. We deserve jobs that pay. I don't want to be a truck driver. I don't want to work at McDonald's. I want a job that pays. I want to be able to enjoy my quality of life that I've had. I mentioned 20-year-olds and 70-year-olds in Cornwall. I'm not 20. I may look it, but I'm not 70. I'm far away from 70. I want something. Help me. Don't stand still. Get involved. Thank you.